Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this video on bank statement in Oracle EBS. We will be covering techno-functional concepts and tricks in this video, and primarily our focus will be MT940 bank statement. But once you will know about MT940, you will be able to cover BAI2 format as well. Okay, let's proceed. It will be Oracle R12 cache management module, and the topics will be covered, which will be introduction to the functional, like what is a bank reconciliation, why we need it, manual versus auto reconciliation, types of bank files, MT940 and BAI2, and then the second part, in the same video, then we will be discussing the technical part in the Oracle EBS, mapping of cache management, MT940 formats, its tags, specifications as well, loading, importing and reconciling, Oracle standard request and tables. So, we will be discussing about functional and these tables. So, actually bank statement file types are of two types: message type, this is MT940, Bank Administration Institute is equal to BAI2. Okay. What is bank statement or reconciliation? Because let us say, for example, this is your company and you are daily doing transaction with your bank, right. So, this is your bank account here, right. Now, for example, you have you are maintaining your record over here in your Oracle EBS in your modules, financial modules. So, end of the day, you would like to know what kind of transactions happened over here, what were failed or not reached here into the bank, etc., or what are the extra charges or anything charged over here. So, now this need to be matched over here. So, let us say, for example, I am just giving you example, a transaction number 5, if found here with the same amount, let us say 100, any currency, whatever it is there. I am not talking about any charges or anything. So, that means this is processed. So, here this record is valid now, right. So, now this reconciliation of your books and bank records, it can be manual or it can be auto. Now, the question is how it is manual and how it is auto. At the moment, we will first talk about manual. Now, let us say, for example, here we had this transaction number 5 and bank also providing us transaction number 5, then automatically our ERP system will be able to match these two transactions. But what if this is not there, right? This reference is not there in our statement. So, here and there are, let us say, for example, multiple, I am just assuming, amounts, right. So, now this system can't match these transactions, because these 100, this 100 is of which this system will not know. So, we need a reference, right. Now, here comes the manual. So, someone from finance, he or she will be searching the transactions over here, let us say payments or receipts or whatever over here, and with due diligence, because maybe in some description some information is there by the banks. So, he or she will be say, okay, this one is for my transaction 5, right, and same this 100 for another and this for another, right. So, now this is manual versus auto. Up to certain level, even auto will work, but let us say, for example, you will get bank charges, those will not be here available, right. So, up to some level, still you have to do something manual over here, booking of these charges and etc. So, now the question is, In which format we can receive these statements. So, we can import in our bank or ERP, sorry not bank, in the ERP. So, these are the two widely or globally used format. This is from Swift MT940 and this is BAI2. So, you have to check with your bank which format they are supporting. Is it MT940 or is it BAI2? One of these two. Okay. So, they might say MT940 or BAI2. Okay, good. Let us proceed now. So, now if they are saying MT940, I am just now giving you high level introduction over here. So, this is how the format of MT940 will look like. It will be a text file. Maybe soon they are I think planning for moving towards XML format, but at the moment it is text. So, we will be discussing the text formats. Even in Oracle it is accepted as a text format, while manually you can import in any format, but the Oracle standard loading is using the text file. So, this is the format. Let us say for example, this is the file header, this one, this is maybe one statement and sequence number. This is the transaction reference number. Here there will be bank account. Then within one statement, because let us say for example, there is one transaction, then there are bank charges. So, it will cover within one statement. So, one file can have multiple records over here. So, it will say statement number, let us say for example 5, sequence number 1, then again here it will start sequence number 2 and 3. So, it is like to give a sequence of the transaction the way it happened in the bank, right. Okay, this is how MT940 standards are there. So, it will have a transaction reference number and this is mandatory. Related reference, it is not mandatory. 16x means alphanumeric, 16 alphanumeric, and same here. Account identity, this is account number of the company. So, this one is 35 alphanumerics. Statement number, sequence number, here this is 5 digits and number is also 5 digits. N stands for numeric, X for alphanumeric, A for only alphabets. Okay. This is the opening balance and then this is the statement line 61. These are the tags. I will go into detail when we will go to these tags, but at the moment you have to understand only up to this level. So, these are the 6 characters first, then you have 4, then 2A. Do not be confused over here. This is something already done in the Oracle, so you do not need to worry about it. So, if you talk about this 86, 86 is continuity of 61. Actually, it is 61A in BAI2 when we will load in the Oracle. I will show you that one as well. This is actually description sort of thing, and it is maximum 6 lines of 65 characters. Okay. This is number 7. At the moment, no need to confuse about these 7 numbers or tags or whatever. We will cover in detail, right. So, this is how it is. No need to go into much detail because I am going to show you how it will work, because this is standard upload is available. So, it is straightforward. Okay, the first thing you will have to ask your bank, that is their transaction codes, because every bank they have defined their own transaction codes, because it can be maybe different from account to account. I do not know, it depends on the banks, but you can define inside Oracle cash management. This is how it is defined. So, if you see here, it is bank account, see number, bank name, account name, this and currency, right. These are the codes. These will be provided by your bank. These will be different. These can be different, right. So maybe they have coded, let's say 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. So from this coding structure, if I see, this is D for debit, this is for credit, right? So on the left side there are types, if it's a receipt, miscellaneous receipt, payment, whatever, right? Okay. Now the good thing is, let's say for example, if you have multiple accounts or multiple banks and you want to copy, I'm just giving you an example. Let's say for example, you have one bank, you have 10 accounts inside that bank. So what you are going to do, you will define for one account, then you can copy over here, right, to other accounts. See here, destination bank. So if you will select bank, source bank account, destination bank, for all bank it will copy inside this range, right? Okay, now next is mapping. There is a default or standard built in Swift 940 and BAI2 format inside Oracle EBS R12. What I did, I just copied, because you can copy and you can create a new one, and you can select this control file for this, and then if you see here it has, and you will select here Swift 96 and you will click populate, it will bring this mapping automatically. So this one is for header, this one lines. Now if you see here, we were discussing about those tags. These are the tags. Still I am not going into this detail because this is something we will cover later. And this is the position. If you were seeing on the right side, we had number. So this is the position. I will show you, then it will be easy to understand, right? So this is header, this will be the lines. I will show you the lines. So on lines, you will have the transaction date. Let's say here, transaction code. This is that transaction code which I was discussing that bank has to provide. So this comes under 61 tag and position will be 6. How to find this position or this one, because this is auto mapped. You can change depending on your bank statement, if it is plus or minus, because they have to follow the standard. So they will be following the same standard. So ideally it should work. And this is the amount over here, 61, and position is 5. Now the question is, what is 5, what is 6, what is 1, how I will know? I will show you in the later slides, or in the, I have prepared one Excel file as well. And then here we have the formats, then we have concatenation, and we have the include indicator. I will show you that as well. So let's say for example, you have invoice text. This is a long text and it is 61 of 7. And then if you see here, I just put it there, this is LFT is character inside my invoice text, and I am saying, okay, search for LFT and next take 4 alphabets, alphanumerics, characters, right? So X, 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 X. I can put it N as well, or even I can put it format like, for example, if I say N, N, N. So find 3 numerics. I mean it's a logic. Or I can say, let's say for example 0, 0, 0, 0. So find where there are 4 numbers. It can be anywhere inside this customer text. I'm just giving here, so it will be here. And then I can say, after this, give me, let's say for example, alphanumerics 3. So these are the formats, you can play with these. And let's say for example, if you are saying include indicator means when there will be output, because this is the search screen, this is the indicator, right? So do you want to include this LFT as well, or this 0, 0, 0, 0 numbers as well? You got my point. So this is searching string. So do you want to include in the output? So then you have to click this one. And this is for concatenation. If you want to concatenate 2 places, then you have to put comma, and you can put something else over here. So this is for concatenation, right? Okay. After doing this one, you will be placing your file on your server. This is the file name. Let's say for example, and you will be giving the folder name from where you are picking it. Here you have the option to, let's say, load and import, load, import, and auto reconciliation. So in one go you can do different things, right? Okay, then after loading you can even manually search and find them. If let's say for example number is there, or you want to search based on date, amount, and then you can reconcile. This will be sort of manual thing. If something is not matched, then you can even manually search and apply that as well, right? Okay, this is a sample downloaded statement and I uploaded it here. So when Oracle will load, it will by default load into this table. This is a temporary interface table, and then this is the format. Let's say for example for this flat, this is called a flat table. If you see here the headings column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I say, let me give you an example of 60, this one, this is the tag record ID number 61. If I say 61 3, so that means this D, and if I say 61 5, then this will be the amount, right? And if I will say 7, then this, and for 8, this one. So now this you have to map as per your bank statement what they are providing in each information. So then if I say, this was 86, which I was telling you that 86 is continuity. So this is normally like this. So this I will say a description sort of thing, where you will have further details related to transaction 61. So this is 86 actually. So here if you see, if I say 61A, it will show me from here to here, wherever I want this information to be populated, right? And if I want like this one, this is under 61, right? So this is already done. This is the table. I uploaded one in the interface table, and if you see on the top, this is header. Here bank information will be there, the SWIFT codes, etc. This is the transaction reference number. I think this is bank account, this is the statement number, and this is the sequence number. Within one file you can have multiple sequences of the same statement, right? So these are the closing balances. This C for credit, this D for debit. So, and this column 6, if you see here, if I say this column 6 is coming under 61, right? So 61A, this is transaction type, transaction codes which you will receive from banks. So let's say for example, if we see this bank, these are totally different codes, the way I was showing you in the Oracle. So this D for debit, this C for credit. So these, I don't know what they are, what they mean by 895C, because that is something will be provided by your bank, right? Okay. If you want to see, let's say for example, if you received your statement in a text file and you want to see its structure or its data or its values, the easy thing, you can just download this free tool, viewer, statement viewer. See here, I think they have for BAI2 as well. You can search over there. So the link is there, you can download, and you will just select input file, and it will show you just like this. Very easy. Huh? Before even going into Oracle or something like that, you can see how the data is there in that file, or what kind of data is there, right? And even if you see here, you have the debits, credits, everything is mentioned over here. So it will help you in your mapping exercise or whatever you want to do. But better first to go with your standard, whatever is there in the, configured in the Oracle. First go with that, then see in that the table I have shown what is there, where you can move it. There are different columns. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for this presentation. At least now I will show you something. Let me close this one. So if I will show you, this is the viewer I was discussing in this presentation. So, here you can see your data. If I will show you the file, it is text file. Let me show you in a while over here. So, sample files. This is Swift MT940, which I was showing you loaded in that table. Everything is here. So, if you see here, the 20 on the left side is a flag, and this 25, 28C, 60F, like that. No need to worry, just upload and I will show you how it will look like, but this is how the BAI2 is. It is almost same. The only thing maybe it is up and down, or the 88 is different for them, but Oracle has the BAI2 format template. You can just upload and see. Then decide where you want something to be moved. Okay. When I uploaded this file in Oracle and it came into CE statement interface temp, it will look like this, right? And you can download this format from this link. I have downloaded from here. This is the source sample file. You have the BAI2 format over there as well. So, both options are there. So, this is how it will look in the table, and then you can decide. The way I was telling you that you can apply the format. So, let us say for example, I want to search something over here. Maybe I want, let us say, withdrawal, to search withdrawal and next whatever characters I want to show, or let us say for example, deposit. It depends. I mean, it depends on your requirement. So, you have this table. So, at the end, even in the column 35, they are showing you complete line as well. See here. So, maybe here it is not full. So, here if you can see there in the column 35, right. Okay, good. Now, if I go to objects. So, first when Oracle will load using data loader, it will move to this table and then it will format as per these two tables format. So, it will create for each statement one header and then its relevant lines, and then you will have this this sequence is wrong. So, with this, these are the interface tables. So, I will move after this, this will move to this, and then when you will import, these tables are when you will select load, but when you will select import as well, or you will just import, it will take data from here and it will move into these two tables, right. Then reconciliation will happen within these tables, right. If you want to check the control files, you can find this will be, if I will remove this path, it will be something like this in the CE 12.0.0 bin folder, right. So, here you will find the control files, and then you do not need to change at the moment. These are Oracle standard provided, and these will be uploaded like this, right. So, I think I have covered the way I want it, but let me now, since you have viewed the files, I will take you to the presentation where we had this mapping like this. Just a quick one, mapping over here, and then I will show you here, right, and data. So, in this, let us say for example, this is my header, statement number 28(1). So, if I will see here, this is my 28 in my interface table in Oracle R12, and this is 1. So, this will be my statement number. Then bank account number is 25-1. So, this is my 25 tag and this is the first column or first position where I can find the bank account, right. And same way, let us say for example, this has the control begin balance 60 for 5. So, if I will go to 60 and 5 will be this one, right, and end balance 62. So, where is 62? Right, see here 62 and this is the balance, closing balance, right, control and balance. Okay, now same way if I will move to lines, let me increase a little bit. So, in this if I have to take transaction date, I have now clicked on the lines transaction date. So, let me see, here it says 61 for 1. I will come here, I will go to 1, 61 and 1. This is the transaction date and transaction code is transaction code 61 for 6, same 61 and I will go to sorry which one, transaction code is this one, 6 number, right. Same way amount is there in the 5, this is the amount, very nice, and currency code you do not need it on the lines, it will be in the header. So, very simple. Okay. If it is explained this way, then it is simple, otherwise it is really tough. Okay. I do not think so anything is more there. So, yeah. Now, the same way you can select here the BAI2 and you can populate and you can play with the way you are playing with the MT940, right. So, now the challenge is, the question will be, okay, how if it is so easy, then why we are not able to do reconciliations. Now, the point is, let us say for example, let me give you an example over here. If let us say for example, this number withdrawal or this deposit, it was sent from our ERP system, is it payment, is it receipt or whatever, and the bank is providing you back in the statement MT940 or BAI2, then you can move this into your transaction number, right, and then reconciliation can happen, right. See, this is the bank transaction number and you will have this is invoice text, this is customer text, right. So, bank account text, there are different fields over here. So, this is how you can map your statement inside your Oracle. But if I am just assuming, you sent a check or a payment and the bank staff, now I am talking about manual, if you are integrated with your bank for the payments B2B, then whatever you are, because this is now automated process, now human intervention is not there, the format or the information you are transmitting to your bank, I am talking about now this is integrated payments, right. So, when you are making payments and in your interface, you are sending the payment number or payment ID, whatever you call it, let us say check number, and then bank is sending you back that check number. So, let us say for example, you send them 55 and bank MT940 is having 55, matter closed, you can do auto reconciliation, right. But let us say for example, if bank is not providing, the person sitting over here, he was entering the information manually, I mean on the system for the deposits or withdrawals, and he or she is not entering that information in this field. Let us say I am saying reference number. Maybe he or she is in hurry and just putting the dot, or even not entering. If it is mandatory, yes, dot, or null. So you can't force the bank staff or banks to do this one, but when you are integrated with them, you will send information in your data that this is my transaction number. So when MT940 will come in your system, end of the day, it will have that information, because both things now are automated, right. So I think it is now lengthy video, I am sure, but it is not boring, because sometimes if you are trying to do it or you are trying to achieve something, it is nice to do. And please share your feedback under the video, or if you have any question over here, we will try to respond as soon as possible. But sometimes it can be delayed as well, but it's okay. You can share your feedback, and we will be appreciating it. Jazakallah khair, thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.